Producers are very excited about working with Kriti Sanon.
Making my own decisions और अपनी गलतियों के जूते खाओ, दूसरों की गलतियों के जूते मत खाओ.
और मैं मराठी बोलती हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब म्हणजे ही तर ना तिथूनच आली आहे.
You know, simple, straightforward, obedient women seldom make history or create drama.
Not coming from a film background sometimes makes you a little restless because you don't have certain opportunities.
Being asked to lower your price because it's more than the heroes.
Is it more than the heroes? I want to know.
I want to know what your heroes are charging also.
Just to fill me, just to fill me.
It's the 3Ks. They're formidable and they have nothing to do with Ekta Kapoor. And by asking the both of you first, what is it that you get when you turn producer that you don't have otherwise?
Just the creative satisfaction, involvement in every way. And just to be able to take certain calls, right?
Yeah, I think for me it was basically, authority, sitting on the table and making my own decisions और अपनी गलतियों के जूते खाओ, दूसरों की गलतियों के जूते मत खाओ. Simply put, that when you've written a story and when you want to make it into a film, there's a huge, how should I put it? It goes through various phases, and a lot can get cut. Some decisions can go right, some decisions can go wrong. So as a writer, it gives me immense satisfaction, authority, that, okay, I've made these mistakes and I'm going to kind of suffer for that. Oh no, these were good calls and I'm going to kind of, be happy for that. So that satisfaction of actually making the best version of your film from being a writer to being the producer is the biggest satisfaction I feel that when I write and produce my own films.
Congratulations. I think it's massive. Kriti, I was grappling with this because I thought to myself, you won a national award. Producers are very excited about working with Kriti Sanon. It's not like she needs to do this for herself because she needs to self-produce. After a point, you do things by yourself because people are like not giving you enough work. Aisa nahi hai.
But yeah, we don't think like that about men when men produce.
100%.
Why? There are so many men. I mean, there are so many men. You think Shah Rukh Khan needs to produce because nobody is giving him films. I think it's more than that. It is just like the kind of stories that you want to tell as a person. It's kind of stories that you feel so strongly for that you want to, get involved in it.
Be more of an involved
Just step up to something.
Like be in it from every angle and just being there for your own part. And
Correct.
I think that was the hunger that I had. Like I wanted to get involved in this project for what the project says. I in general felt that urge to, now also find stories that I want to get more involved in creatively and not just go on the set and play my part and come back.
Amazing.
So that was just the thought. I mean, tomorrow I also want to hopefully in the future at some point produce films where I'm not the actor in it, which is just about telling stories that I feel proud of and I want to tell.
And I love it because a united decision like this gets Kajol with us. And that's something, every decision on this film has been yours. Have you ever felt this way about wanting to tell your own stories? Or how are you different from this mindset? Could you tell us?
I'm different in the sense that my husband already has a production company. So I've seen that side of the production company and I have seen it at such close quarters that to be a producer and to be a director, I know for a fact is an ulcer-generating job. Which,
So well put.
Yes, it is.
Lovely.
It is an ulcer-generating
Welcome to Kajol.
Yes. Which I don't know whether I have the mental profile for. And so I like the fact that I'm currently an actor and I, of course I am completely involved in the film. I'm very, very much so involved in the film. And I think for me, it's not only about me. I'm a selfish actor. So it's never only about me. I need everybody else around me also to do astonishingly well so that I can look better.
Correct. Absolutely.
मतलब सोच correct है.
Absolutely. I don't remember too many films where I had seen you do another accent, but I remember Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, where you became this Chandni Chowk chick in like 3 seconds. Like 0 to 3, there you were. How was that for you? Was that exciting? Does that challenge you as an actor today?
Definitely. No two ways about it. I think for me, this film, the fact that she has a lingo, I think somewhere down the line, it's in every accent comes with a different body language.
Completely.
And I, as an actor, I also know my weaknesses. And my weakness probably, I wouldn't say weakness, but I speak very, very clearly.
Correct.
तो अगर मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ तो मेरी हिंदी बहुत शुद्ध निकलती है और गतिरोधक becomes exactly गतिरोधक. क्या बात. और मैं मराठी बोलती हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब म्हणजे ही तर ना तिथूनच आली है. So for me to do an accent becomes a challenge for me actually, because for the simple fact that you have to change it's not only like I can imitate a line, but for you to take out exact paragraphs and for you to do an entire scene in a different language, I feel like somewhere down the line you have to like actually your entire body language has to speak for you.
Correct.
As well as just your speech.
Correct. I'm a fan of Kanika's writing because she really makes us, she captivates the audience and then gives us these insane situations. Also, let's talk about your fascination with men in the mountains.
Nicely found. I like it.
है ना मतलब हर्षवर्धन है mountain man है ना एक बंदा तो एक टोकन आदमी होना चाहिए कुछ ऐसे क्या बोलते हैं he's doing something fantastical magical he rides या तो वो आसमान राइड करता है या तो वो waves राइड करता है whether it was Harshvardhan and
I like my eye candy, what can I say?
Well done and of course putting these women in these absolutely inane situations. What shines through is this. Of course, you're one for us, for the women, but you also enjoy making your protagonists suffer. मतलब कहाँ से आता है ये?
They like to torture people. What she's trying to tell you subtly is like you like to torture people. Tell us why.
The women are having the worst nightmares right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, how should I put it? Simple, straightforward, obedient women seldom make history or create drama.
Didi.
So...
Didi quote number 2.
Yes. So here we are, a little twisted and fun.
And I love the women. यहाँ पर we don't have one but 2 women. Okay. And Kriti...
We have 3 women.
No, as in your character, you have 2 women and you have to play 2 parts.
Yeah.
And they say an actor, and I've kind of observed this, is that an actor like is ready for their double role. When they're ready for their double role. It happened to Shri Devi, it happened to Anil Kapoor, it happened to Bachchan. Kamal Hassan ne to 10 kar liye. But let's go back to you. Is there a feeling like of doing something exciting because it's a double role?
Of course, it was very exciting because it was a double role and the fact that I haven't done it before. It's not like I was looking for a double role, but she had a twin story, which kind of really interested me. And then when it all came out, I was like, okay, these 2 are really, really different and I love that. And the fact that they're sisters, so it's not like one has a dialect and the other doesn't, so they're so similar but so different.
Correct.
I think that is what becomes challenging, but yeah, I was excited that I've never done it, and you don't do too many double roles in your career, in general,
unless you're Shri Devi.
Yeah, or even she's done it twice.
Yeah.
Twice only na, ki teesra bhi hai kuch.
Twice, yeah, no?
Haan.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. She knows.
I know. I would know. Kanika, I've seen your collaborations with other female creators, whether it's your long-standing collaborator in Taapsee. I want to ask you, what does Kriti bring to you as a collaborator, which is different? And please give us like how the 2 collaborations are different, because we've seen the results of that. And now we're going to see Do Patti as an audience.
Taapsee is crazy. So, very wild and very, how should I put, like I say when I have a temper issue, she has into 2, as people. So we kind of are a lot of untamed energy together. And with Kriti, which I really need in my life right now, is certain sort of tempering, certain sort of, everything doesn't need to be said, and you don't have to be Visfotak all the time, reining it in, but doing it very gracefully. So I think even in her body of work, there's this, how should I put it? There's this, a lot of internal art that is happening. I feel she does a great job of emoting things, internalizing it in a very beautiful manner. So I'm really enjoying that, and I can't wait to do and explore more characters with her.
Kriti, you've had a stellar year. I mean, in the last couple of months, we've gone to the theatres more than once to see you, and it's been a lot of fun. How much fun are you having at this point? And is there still that thing कि मैं number 1, number 2? तुम्हारे time पे तो बहुत था. So, oh my God, it was crazy.
But I was never in the rat race.
Because
I was never. तो मैंने तो सीधे बोल दिया, तुम लोग सब number 1 ना हो, सब number 2 हो, सब number 3 हो, मैं हिस्सा ही नहीं हूँ रेस का.
मैं साइकिल चला रही हूँ और मैं गिर रही हूँ.
मैं साइकिल चला रही हूँ, मैं गिर रही हूँ, पढ़ रही हूँ, खुश हूँ.
Is that? Do you ever feel like that? Where is this board where these rankings are written?
I don't know. I want to ask, is there a board? Because I don't know how it's ever decided or whatever it is.
At BKC.
Yeah, I'd love to see it at least, just for my satisfaction. But no, honestly speaking, I think every actor is hungry to perform and at some level be accepted by the audiences, get that love, and there was a point where I was probably a lot more restless in my life, for the kind of roles that I wanted to do and the kind of people I wanted to work with, and not coming from a film background sometimes makes you a little restless because you don't have certain opportunities in front of you. But now, after a decade, I feel like I feel fortunate that I've done certain films that, have given me that chance to just perform. This year, Touchwood has started really, really well. And both those films just getting so much love at the box office. And now this, my first production, which is releasing on OTT, a few days now, oh my God. Yeah, I just feel there's a sense of calm now. And it's not that constant need to prove, which is not there. Now it's like I just want to do stuff that I really enjoy. And I just want to connect with the audiences. I don't want to be put in a box. I want to do different kinds of stuff. Amazing. So when I've done like a Teri Baaton Mein or a Crew, which were both very different, I wanted to get something a little more intense as an actor because I was craving for that. And then Do Patti happened. So yeah, I just want to keep moving around, doing different things, being a newcomer at times, like in production, learning something new, not knowing. I think I'm just enjoying this phase now.
What was the one moment when you said, ये भी मुझे करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं यार, मैं लियो हूँ, मैं कंट्रोल फ्रीक हूँ, मेरा उल्टा चक्कर है. हाँ, मेरे को बोलना पड़ता है हाँ कि आप मत घुसो इसमें, आप डायरेक्टली फोन क्यों उठा लेते हो, stuff like that. So sometimes I have to step back and say, it's okay, I don't need to pay so much attention to this aspect, it'll be fine, it's done. So I think I don't really feel that.
I see the sisterhood where you said that she gives you grace. I would love to know what each of you women have given each other in terms of like, what have you learned from each other? Like, what have you learned from Kajol?
There's so much to learn from her. Apart from just the fact that
I'll start with what I've learned from her. I've learned that she wears very comfortable shoes on set. उसकी heels इतने ही होते हैं या तो चप्पल पहन के आती है. I'm very proud of you.
There is a reason. I have inbuilt heels.
I know.
So there is a reason.
But I didn't say that, did I?
Correct.
That is what you've learned from me. Wow.
Imagine. She has to constantly be mindful of her height for the sake of men. I know how that feels. Yeah. But that's great. She wears comfortable shoes is a good one.
I think I love the fact that she's really real.
Yeah.
It's not like, she doesn't like someone and she would be like all, hee ha ha with that
Not
person.
at all.
I think if she likes you, she doesn't like you, is she having a good day, bad day, whatever. It's all there. I like that. I don't like manipulation. Yeah. so that's what I love. And I also like the fact that she's just always really like full on there for the scene. You know, whether it is just, you know, how are we doing this or what are we doing? It's not just, I'll do my bit and you do yours.
I think that's also
It's
one of the most
collaborative.
magical things about Kajol. The
Yeah.
rest of her seems completely like chaos.
Yeah.
And the screen Kajol is like when she comes on, she can do no wrong. Like the rest of it, like you can drop your phone and, you know, whatever.
What you're trying to say is that I have grace on screen.
I think you can do no wrong on screen.
Yeah,
It's
you
amazing.
act well.
Thank God they didn't see the outtakes.
What does Kanika bring to you as a collaborator, both of you?
I think for me, I love the fact that for her, it is the film first, no matter what. She is very passionate. She is very involved. She's also, she's a writer, and I've seen writers who get very possessive about their scenes, their lines, all of that. She's very open to feedback. And if she feels like what you're saying is making the film better, she grabs it. You know, that's what I love. And she sticks by what she feels is right. So it's
Amazing.
both.
Nice.
We fought also. And then we-
एक छोटी लड़ाई हुई है उसको तो बड़ा बना रहे हैं यहाँ पर.
नहीं, but in a very sweet way. Usually we're on the same page, but the same thing that, you know, if it is right, definitely 100%. But if I'm feeling no, but it was quite a cute moment actually. Then we hugged
Yeah.
and made up also.
It's so important though, because only during
Yeah.
a conflict you know where you stand. And I think our conflicts only get to know each
No,
other
also
better.
when
So-
both people are fighting for
the film.
the best for the
Yeah.
film,
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
what one
You see
loves.
each other's points
Yeah.
of view.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What did you get with Kanika as a collaborator?
I think she brought a really good script to me. She brought a really good script to me, and that in itself, I think the writing was really, really well done. As a collaborator, I would also say that eventually, when we kind of, I remember coming back from the schedule, and I remember coming back and I was like, listen, ये कर तो लिया है, अभी मेरे को दिखा भी दे कि कहीं गलती हो गई तो मैं मतलब prepare कर लूँ अपने आप को. So I think in that sense, you know, we sat down and I was just like, you know, what are we doing? Is it working? Is it not working? I think she's very, very honest about it. If I've said something very, very honestly to her, which is my lie, which is like very honestly, I think she's taken it with the right grace and given it back to me also with the right amount of grace. So
Amazing.
Yes.
Of course, the film is about domestic violence and also about two women who from the surface might seem to be extremely different from each other, but somehow the sisterhood shines through. And I'm sure that once people watch the film, it was very important to both of you to tell this story. We have to talk about that. So, Kriti, why was it important? You're leading your production career with this film. And when you decided to say, this is a subject I want to knock the doors off, why was it this?
I think I always really strongly felt about it. To be honest, before the story even was born, Kanika and I met and I wanted to produce. And I said, you know, I really want to get into production. I want to produce a story that I'm passionate about. Is there anything that you have? And she was like, is there anything you really feel for? And the first thing that I said was domestic violence, because it's something that fortunately, I've not seen it around very close people of mine. But when I was really a kid, I used to see a maid who would come every day, and every day she would have a new bruise. And the husband was an alcoholic. She was the one who was earning. The husband was not even earning. So I used to feel really bad, and I was like, why is she not leaving? You know, and I remember that those days I was writing poems and I wrote a poem about it. And it's just been there inside me. It disturbs me whenever I read about it. The stats disturb me. And I wanted to just put it out there and be a voice in some way. So I think it's a subject that's something that I really feel for.
Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to us about that and making it public. Before we go, of course, we do want to ask you what happens. This is a segment called Thoughts and Feelings. Okay, so you tell me how you react to these situations. Kanika, we start with you and then all of you will pitch in. Being called Mrs. to an actor or someone's girlfriend. Does that ever happen to you?
Being called
When an identity is, when they say,
linked to a man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not just my identity, my entire accomplishment was linked to a man saying that, you know, you get a title or a top title because you know a certain man or you are with. I get furious. It's hilarious. It's so furious that, it's so stupid that it's hilarious.
It's never happened to you though. Has anyone ever called you Ajay Devgan's wife? Would they dare?
No, I have to say that it has not happened to me.
Yeah.
And that probably is because of the fact that I am a celebrity in my own right and have remained so. But I can easily see it. I can easily see the good parts of it and the bad parts of it. I have to say that I have a balanced viewpoint on it. That being called Mrs. Devgan can also be being called a Mrs. whatever. I wouldn't say Devgan because then you have to classify it that you're speaking of a particular person. But no, you can be a Mrs. Patil, you can be a
It's a
Mrs.
name.
whatever. It's a name. I don't think that that's necessarily. It's not necessarily something that
It's putting down.
it's not a negative connotation to it, because I feel that when you introduce a couple, you do call them Mr. and Mrs. Devgan. Please walk into the room together. Or ये plate setting है. आपको ये table पे बैठना. Mr. and Mrs. Devgan will sit here. Or a party invitation that goes out that says that this invitation is for Mr. and Mrs. Devgan as well.
Correct.
So it's more of, looking at it from a different aspect, it's more of the fact that you are a united us and a united we in the front of the world.
Being called a female actor, producer.
Huh?
Yeah, because
The
you don't
tag
have a Mrs.
female.
Na?
Yeah, I mean, I in general feel like even female actor may, so then we should start saying male actor also. You know? Yeah.
The indexing
That's
on the
only thing.
gender.
Tali. Fantastic. Being asked to lower your price because it's more than the heroes.
Is it more than the heroes? I want to know.
I don't know what your heroes are charging also.
Dude, you'll be shocked.
Ever happened to you?
No, it's never happened to me.
I'm shocked. Being asked to be easy or not so difficult.
Oh, constantly. And my reply to that is to be as difficult as possible. And to make sure that my mutiny shows through. I will not be easy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank
speaking to
you.
me. And congratulations on Do Patti.
Thank you so
It's
much.
dropping on Netflix on the 25th of October. It's Diwali, but a little before. Be sure to watch it. Thank you.